Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're jumping into ARC Raiders. It's that new extraction shooter from Embark Studios, just launched May 1st.
That's right. The basic idea. You're dropped into this ruined city, Speranza.
Post-Apocalyptic vibe, yeah.
Totally. And you're scavenging for loot. But here's the kicker. You're up against AI robots, the ARC.
Right, the ARC.
And other players, too. It's that classic PvPvE setup.
Okay, so our mission today, for you listening, is to kind of extract the key info. What is ARC Raiders? Should you be interested? We'll try to keep it focused.
Exactly. Cut through the noise. So, first impressions, the atmosphere seems to be a big talking point. People are saying it's really gritty.
Immersive.
Very. They talk about crumbling skyscrapers, neon signs still flickering in the ruins, and these really impactful sandstorms. The sound design apparently plays a big role.
And visually, it's running on Unreal Engine, right?
Right.
So it should look pretty sharp.
Oh, yeah. Those environments, the ruins of Speranza, they're getting praise. But looks aren't everything. How does it actually play?
Good question. The gunplay, the core shooting, seems to be getting positive marks, described as snappy.
Snappy, yeah. And having some real weight to it. I heard the PS5 controller's adaptive triggers actually make a difference there, giving feedback.
Nice detail. But it's not just shooting, is it? There's more going on.
Right. There's a whole progression system, a skill tree, crafting, that adds a layer of depth.
So you can tweak your weapons, unlock perks, customize your playstyle.
Exactly. It points towards, longer-term engagement, maybe spec into stealth for sneaking around or go full tank, gives you options.
Okay, sounds promising.
Yeah.
But it can't all be perfect, especially at launch. Are there any criticisms popping up?
Definitely seeing some. Melee combat, for instance, people are saying it's, messy.
A mess, I think was the quote I saw.
Yeah, something like that. And the AI for the ARC robots can apparently be a bit inconsistent, sometimes aggressive, sometimes they just stand there.
Huh. That sounds like something that might need a patch or two. Polish issues.
Could be. But even with those rough edges, people are having those intense moments that define the genre.
Like what? Give us some examples.
Tense sniper duels with another squad, barely making it to the extraction point with valuable loot while drones are swarming you.
Heart-pounding stuff.
Or successfully flanking an enemy team to grab some rare blueprint and then just sprinting for dear life to get out. That adrenaline rush.
That's the core appeal of these extraction shooters, isn't it? High risk, high reward. Lose everything if you fail.
Precisely. Now, looking at reviews and what players are saying, it's a bit mixed.
IGN gave it a 7/10. Called it archetypical but fun. Which sounds okay. Familiar but enjoyable.
Yeah, a balanced take. But the community seems more polarized. You've got players who are absolutely obsessed, sinking hours in already.
And the others?
Others are pretty frustrated, seeing lots of talk about balance, especially loot spawns. There was one thread demanding better loot that got like 2,000 likes.
Wow, okay. So definitely some strong opinions forming. How does it stack up against the big names in the genre?
Good question. It's getting compared, inevitably. Some are calling it Tarkov Light.
Okay, so like Escape from Tarkov, but maybe a bit more accessible, better graphics potentially?
That seems to be the angle, maybe less soul, according to some, but easier to get into, perhaps. It's also being compared to the Grind and Hunt Showdown.
Ah, okay. So those comparisons give you a frame of reference if you know those games.
Exactly. Context is key.
And content-wise, what's actually in the game right now?
Currently, it's got 4 maps and over 20 weapons. It's a starting point.
But the developers, Embark, they're planning more.
Seems so. They've already been teasing future updates, new maps, new types of ARC robots. Suggests a commitment to growing the game.
So, bottom line, who is this game really for? If you're listening, should you jump in?
Well, if you're already a fan of games like Escape from Tarkov or Hunt Showdown, I think there's a good chance you'll find something to like here. For that crowd, maybe a solid 7.5 out of 10.
But for more casual players?
Maybe proceed with caution. The learning curve can be steep in these games, and the whole lose your gear on death thing, it can be punishing. Casual players might just bounce off it.
Okay, let's try and sum this up then. ARC Raiders looks great. Sci-fi extraction shooter, seems to have satisfying gunplay, and decent progression systems.
It has some rough edges. Combat needs work, especially melee. AI is a bit shaky, and the community is divided on balance.
Right, but the developers are promising more content, more fixes down the line.
Which leads to the big question, really. It's got familiar elements, good visuals, and future potential. But how does ARC Raiders make its own mark?
Yeah, it's such a crowded genre. Is this the start of something big, a real contender? Or will those early issues keep it from standing out?
Definitely one to watch. See how Embark supports it and how the community shapes up. It's got potential, but the execution and evolution are key.